A 9-year-old girl leaves her home in the middle of the night into a thunderstorm, alone. No sign of struggle, no goodbye note, just a packed bag and a trail that ends in silence. What could drive a child to vanish into the dark? And why has no one seen her since? Welcome to Mystery Trails. I'm Scott, your guide through the forgotten, the unexplained, and the unsolved. Here, we don't chase headlines. We follow the shadows, from vanished people to eerie coincidences. Each trail leads somewhere strange. So grab your light, because what you're about to hear might just change the way you see the world. It was the kind of night no one walks into willingly. Cold rain lashed against the windows. Wind scraped across rooftops. The storm crawled through Shelby, North Carolina, hissing down empty roads, rattling loose shutters, bending trees in the dark. Valentine's Day was only hours away, but the air carried no love, just unease. Inside a small, tidy home, nestled among rows of quiet houses, a family slept, wrapped in the stillness of early morning. Harold and Asha Degree, proud, hard-working parents, had just checked on their children. Their daughter, Asha, was in bed, 9 years old, honor roll student, churchgoer, soft-spoken, responsible. Her brother, O'Brien, lay in the next bed, breathing deep in sleep. No alarms, no arguments, no sign of trouble. But sometime between the hours of 2 and 4 a.m., Asha slipped out of bed, picked up her backpack, and stepped into the storm. She didn't run. There was no panic. She left the door closed behind her, and just like that, she was gone. What drives a child to vanish without warning? When the sun rose on that storm-lashed morning, February 14th, 2000, Asha's mother walked into the children's room to wake them for school. Her eyes met an empty bed, and her breath caught in her throat. The panic came fast. She searched the house, called relatives, asked neighbors, but no one had seen Asha. No one had heard her leave. The family called police. A search was launched. Helicopters scanned fields. Dogs sniffed through woods. Volunteers shouted her name across miles of roadside. But the storm had erased every trace. The ground was soaked. The wind had taken what little scent there might have been. The strange part. There were no signs of a break-in. No forced entry. No footprints in or out. Just absence. A void where a child used to be. But that wasn't the most disturbing part. 2 people, complete strangers, reported seeing a small figure walking along Highway 18 around 4 a.m. A little girl, alone, drenched from the rain, carrying a backpack. She walked with purpose, not fear. Her head low, her pace steady. One of the drivers turned around, disturbed by what he'd seen. When he tried to approach, the girl darted off the roadside and vanished into the tree line. That girl, authorities later confirmed, was almost certainly Asha Degree. But if she was walking on her own, in the middle of a storm, before dawn, why? And what? Or who was she walking toward? Days turned to weeks, then months. Billboards were put up. Candlelight vigils were held. Her story made the local news, and then the national circuit. But still, no answers came. It wasn't until over a year later, 40 miles from where she was last seen, that something surfaced. Deep in the brush near a rural construction site, a worker uncovered something buried in plastic, a backpack. Inside were items confirmed to belong to Asha: clothes, books, a few personal things. It had been sealed, intentionally protected from the elements, carefully placed where no one would find it. Until now. But who buried it and why? The years passed. Investigators chased whispers and shadows. Some believed Asha had been lured, groomed by someone she trusted, someone who gave her a reason to leave in the night. Others argued she had run away voluntarily, maybe frightened by something no one knew about. Still others suggested darker possibilities: abduction, trafficking, a chance encounter with a predator who saw a child alone in the storm and took their opportunity. But the truth stayed hidden. No body was found, no suspect named, no confession came. Just one quiet morning and a door that opened into nothing. Now, more than 2 decades later, her face still stares out from age-progressed posters, frozen in time, suspended in memory. Her family still holds out hope. They celebrate her birthday every year. They light candles. They ask questions no one can answer. The FBI still lists her as endangered. They believe she left on her own, but that someone intercepted her shortly after. Somewhere out there, someone knows what happened to Asha Degree. Someone remembers that night, that storm, that small figure on the roadside, and someone may be hiding the truth, because little girls don't walk into storms without a reason, and they don't disappear without a trace unless someone makes them. Now, what do you think happened to Asha Degree? Drop your theories in the comments. And if you've ever encountered a case that still gives you chills, let us know. You might hear it here on Mystery Trails. Another trail ends here, but the mystery never really does, because somewhere out there, another question waits in the dark. So, if this one left you wondering, join me next time on Mystery Trails. I'm Scott, and I'll be here, waiting, with another story that refuses to stay buried. Don't forget to subscribe, tap the bell, and leave your thoughts below. Until then, stay curious, and whatever you do, don't stop looking.